We were just talking about the run-up in gold prices, and one of the things I think that's interesting about Barrick is the fact that you've got this almost dogged focus on growth through margins, through improving margins, boosting cash flow. It's not about adding ounces. How much pushback do you get from shareholders in a rising gold price environment? Because it means you're less leveraged to that upside.
Actually, we're getting very strong support from our shareholders. They've seen what we've done over the last 2 years. Our emphasis really has been on margin and improving cash flow. And just to give you a good example, Danielle, this year in 2016, we generated record cash flow for the business on a 5.5 million ounce production base, which is less production than in prior years, even at higher gold prices. And we're generating that kind of cash flow. And that's what our shareholders are keen on.
You do have a kind of a bucket of internal projects that should pretty much stabilize your production by 2021 as other assets start to be depleted. Beyond that, how many ounces sort of new low-cost gold do you have the potential to add internally, and how much do you have to get through acquisition?
Well, very interestingly, you're right. You're talking about our 4 organic projects that are already in the pipeline. They'll deliver 1 million ounces of high-quality production as we move into the next decade. Beyond that, we've got potential projects like Pascua-Lama, which, as you know, we're now doing further evaluation on, Alturas, which we're excited about in the Frontera district between Chile and Argentina. Then you move out to some really large projects like Donlin Gold, where we're partnered with Nova Gold. And so I actually presented a slide this morning during my presentation which shows that on a 100% basis, there's 100 million ounces of undeveloped gold in the pipeline. So we're in a very good position in that respect.
Any progress on finding a partner for Pascua-Lama or that entire region?
That's something where the Frontera district, which you're referring to, is very attractive. We've had a number of companies have expressed interest. It's an area where we've said that if it makes sense to bring a partner for future development, we will. At this point, we're moving forward with our Pascua-Lama studies, and we have a pre-feasibility study that's due third quarter of this year. So we'll see after that. But that could be one where it does make sense for us to have a partner.
Yeah, I mean, you said that a number of parties have approached you. Anything imminent?
No, this is the thing where we get they're high-quality assets, and so we have expressions of interest all the time. At this point, we're moving forward on our own, and if it makes sense to bring a partner, we will, but it's nothing that we're in a position to announce at this point.
How aggressively is Barrick hunting for new acquisitions, and I guess what would be your limit in terms of a comfortable amount to spend? Because John Thornton, your chairman, has made it clear acquisitions could be on the horizon. Sure.
I would say that when you ask how aggressively, not aggressively at all. I mean, we're very patient. We have restructured the business, as you know, and we've restructured such that on an ongoing basis, if we saw an acquisition opportunity that made sense, and by making sense, it's not just about adding ounces. We'd have to be really persuaded that by applying our cost structure to it, for example, we could drive more value for our shareholders. If that were the case, we'd look, but we're going to continue to be very patient, and it will only be if it's something that makes a lot of sense.
John Thornton has also made it clear he'd consider acquisitions at a corporate level if they made sense. Are you talking to any potential targets right now?
We couldn't, even if we were, we wouldn't be able to say. We don't comment on speculation. All I can tell you is if it was a corporate opportunity and there was an asset or suite of assets that made sense for us, we'd consider it. But beyond that, I couldn't comment.
Chances that you would do a corporate acquisition in the next year? Reasonably high? Slight?
I wouldn't want to handicap it. It'll depend. If we see high-quality assets that we could convert into high-quality assets along the lines of our core mines, then obviously we'd be interested. But anything short of that, we're really content with our portfolio. We're generating great free cash flow and earnings, as you've seen, and we're going to continue to do that over the course of the next year.
Just one more. When are you going to make a decision on whether to either ink a deal to sell your half of Kalgoorlie with the bidder that you're talking to, or to walk away? Because this has been going on for some time.
We started the process in the second quarter of last year. Strong process. There was one bidder that surfaced that was particularly interested. Those discussions are ongoing. I can't comment much more than that, but I will tell you that if we get the price that we think is right for our shareholders, we're sellers. But if not, we're also perfectly happy to keep KCGM in the portfolio.